Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I create 3 New Year's Eve party looks using hot new items that are out on the market right now. I wanted to use them because I own them and I just haven't actually used them on camera yet. So I figured 3 looks, 3 different hot new items to kind of demonstrate to you guys. I also wanted to give you guys kind of, I don't know, some type of inspiration, some type of idea on what looks to create for New Year's. I also wanted to point out, if you don't have some of the items that I'm using for these looks, that's perfectly fine. Like, don't run out and spend your money. Just try to substitute it with anything that is very similar in shade or tone. Trust me, the looks will come out beautiful anyway. Now, without further ado, let's get into the tutorials. We're going to start off this look by priming our skin. I am going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Now, this is more like a BB cream, kind of CC cream type of situation. So you can definitely use this just on your skin. It does have a little bit of tint and like a whole lot of glow to it. So you can totally use this if you want like just like a no makeup look kind of situation and you just want a little bit of coverage, but I want more coverage than this provides. And this also helps with priming your skin. So we are going to apply this and use this as a primer, a good illuminating base. Then I'm going to follow up with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I'm just going to use like, I want to say 1 pump. I think this foundation does go a very long way, especially when you're using the microfiber velvet sponge, because it doesn't absorb all your product in. To conceal my under eyes, I'm going to change it up and I'm going to use this deluxe sample of the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and the concealer. This is like the perfect size of a concealer tube. This was actually a deluxe size sample that I got from Sephora, but considering that it says concealer too, I've been using it as a concealer, just straight up concealer. I haven't been using it all over my skin, just under my eyes. I love the doe foot applicator and I love the formula. It's so good. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Huda Beauty powder to set under the eyes, and we're gonna leave this powder under the eyes. We're not gonna blend it out. We are going to allow the under eyes to bake so that they look super airbrushed and flawless. We're also going to leave the powder under there with another purpose, and that is so that if there's any fallout from our eyeshadow, it'll pick it up and it won't ruin what we've already done to our face. I always prime my lids with my Smashbox Cosmetics Photo Finish Lid Primer in the shade Light. They have a series of shades. I believe they have 3 different shades. I did a light, a medium, and a dark, but I always like using the light. All right, now we're gonna have fun because we're gonna play around with this beautiful palette, which I got like 2 months ago, and I have not used at all whatsoever on camera. And I know you guys have been like, where's the eyeshadow palette? It's here. I haven't really been filming tutorials, but I'm on it now, guys. So we're gonna use this. I mean, look how pretty she is. Like, this is an amazing palette. I freaking love her, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this peachy shade right here. There is some kick up with this palette, as you can see. I think you can see it right there. Like, the powder just lifts, you know? So you want to be careful with your clothing. But aside from that, I haven't had any fallout onto my under eyes or anything like that. I just like to bake underneath and prep. So as you can see, I'm just adding with a big fluffy brush that peachy shade all over my lid, and I'm blending that out. That is going to be my outer transition shade. Then I'm going to go in with another beautiful shade. It is this one right here in the corner. It is like a dusty lavender. The name is Spanked. I am going to use a crease brush and I'm going to apply that directly on my crease and blend that out. And then I'm gonna go back in with that initial brush we used for the peach just to blend out the edges. I am adding no additional product to the brush. Next, I'm gonna go in with a beautiful metallic. I'm gonna go in with this one right here. It is in Daydream. It has some silver and some rose gold in it, and it is so pretty. I've actually used this before. It really is stunning, and it just applies so well. And last but not least, we're going to dive into some glitter. I am gonna use this kind of rose gold glitter right here, which is freaking beautiful. I love this palette. It's called Infatuated. I'm gonna use one of the sponge tip applicators. I know Huda has her own sponge tip applicator kind of tool situation. I'm not paying for that. I literally got a pack of 50 for like $7 in Amazon Prime. So yeah, if you can get it for cheaper, get it for cheaper. Hello. So I am going to pick up some of that glitter and tap it into place. I really like these glitters because they do tend to stay exactly where you place them. I know it's crazy. I have no idea how they get these glitters to stay, but they really do. Now I want to go in and darken out like the crease just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the shade Tease, which is this dark. It's an even more deep kind of lavender. It's like a dusty lavender of some sort. And I'm just going to kind of apply that out here. I'm not even going to blend it out. I just want there to be a visible difference between the glitter and the crease. Blend out the edges once again. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Epic Liner. This one is one of those brush tip eyeliners, which is amazing. And I'm gonna do a quick little like simple wing, not too crazy, you know, but I'm gonna wing it out. Now that my wing is in place, I'm gonna go ahead and brush off the balance of the baking powder. I'm gonna use my Marc Jacobs highliner, I think it's called, in black, and we're just gonna line the waterline super quickly. And then I'm gonna go back in with my Huda Beauty palette, and I'm gonna go into this kind of like plum shade right here. It's called Love Bite, and I'm gonna use a flat shader brush, and I am going to apply that shade under that eyeliner. And I like to take it out on the outer edge as well. It's just personal preference, I guess, but that's kind of like what I like to do. Now I'm gonna go in with my mascara. I'm gonna use the It Superhero mascara. Y'all already know I didn't like it at first. I kind of do now. So I've been sticking to this one, and I actually threw out my Butter London mascara. It was time that I retire her. So now I'm sticking to this one because it's the only one I've been like gravitating towards, like actually loving lately. For my brows, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. This one, it is in a dark brown. I found the old one that I had that kind of like ran away from me. I found her. So I am going to pick up some product and just kind of blend it out on the back of the cap. That way I don't have too much product, and I am going to fill in my brows. To bronze my skin, I'm gonna go in to my Park Avenue Princess Bronzing Palette, and I'm just going to bronze super quickly, not too much. I don't need too much of a bronze effect, considering that the focus of this look is really the eyes. I'm gonna move on to blush. I'm gonna dive into these pans right here, which I haven't used in a while. These are some Makeup Geek pans. I'm gonna use this one right here, which is called Spellbound. And I am just going to kind of add a little flush to my cheeks, not too much, just a little bit. And I'm gonna tap that shade on and blend out. Now it's time for our highlighter. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills on Resi highlighter, which I'm really stoked I was able to get my hands on. And we're just gonna add some glow to our cheeks. And to finish the look off, I want to add a very like rosy kind of neutral shade to my lips. So I'm going to go in with Lolita by Kat Von D, and then I'm going to top that off just a little bit with Can't Relate by Jeffree Star. Now that I just think about it, aren't they like having like, haven't they had this ongoing little feud situation? I don't know, but I do feel like these two shades would go well together, so no pun intended. I just really want to see what this would look like. I was totally right. Both shades together are so good. Such a good combo. Here is completed look number 1. Let's start playing around with look number 2. So I've already skipped through everything. I primed my eyes all over again. I literally redid everything I did initially, so I didn't want to put you guys through all of that all over again. So now we're going to play around with a very different palette. Like I said, I've primed my lids already using the very same items. So everything is still the same items I used before. I'm just going to recreate the eye look. I am going to use this palette right here, which is so freaking beautiful. This is the Pretty Rich palette by Too Faced Cosmetics, and I bought it and I thought that I was gonna like, I'll send it back. I don't really need it. I just want to look at it. And then once I got it, I was like, no, you need to keep it. So I'm gonna end up using this palette over here. I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Fancy That, and I'm going to apply that all over my crease. Super pretty. And I'm blowing it out while I'm at it. Then I'm gonna pick up this beautiful kind of blue-ish type of shade. I wouldn't even know how to describe it, but it's called Set the Jewel Tone, and it looks blue, but when it picks up the light, it also looks purple-ish. Considering that I have a blue, like navy blue top, we're gonna use this shade and we're gonna apply that all over our lids. I'm gonna go back in with the initial blending brush that we use, and I'm gonna blend those edges out because I want them to be super gradient. I don't want it to stop at a certain point. I want it to go from the blue to that taupey color. I am noticing I lost some of that blue, so I'm just going to tap more of it in place just so it's nice and vibrant. Now I definitely want to add glitter to this look because it's New Year's, right? So we have this silver tone right here, which looks really beautiful, but it also has some gold flecks in it. And then we have this one here, which is called Diamond Life. And when the light hits it, it has iridescence. So it have some purple, some green, some, it just looks so, it's like a hollow type of kind of pressed glitter. So obviously I want to use that one. I'm going to grab my little kind of sponge tip applicator and use the opposite side. And I want to see if the formula is similar to the Huda Beauty one because that formula was really good. We're gonna add this in the center of the eye. Specifically, so almost like a halo eye. I'm going to tap into this black right here. It is not a matte black, it is cold under pressure. So it has like some shimmer to it. That's fine for this look. Since it is New Year's, I can get away with pulling off some black, and I just want to darken the outer edge of this crease just a tad bit, not too much, you know, not too much. So I want to add that here. See the difference? Like, I think it takes the look and the blue to a whole nother level. I went in with my ring finger back into the blue. I feel like the pigmentation is way better if you use your finger, because with the brush, it almost like, I don't know, it doesn't deliver the payoff. You see what I'm saying? So I just really want to see more of a pop of blue on my eyes. So I'm going in with my finger. I'm going to go back in with the little brush, and I am going to smoke out the bottom portion of my eyes with the blue shade. I'm going to go back in and darken my waterline with my Marc Jacobs eyeliner. And then we're going to apply our mascara. For the lips, I'm gonna keep it super simple because there's a lot going on with my eyes. And I'm gonna use my favorite, my ride or die inexpensive lipstick in a tube. And this one is Raw Chocolate by Maybelline. It is so good. And I am not even gonna line my lips. I feel like it's not necessary at this point. So I'm not even gonna emphasize my Cupid's bow, because when you don't do that, it does help your lips look like way more plump. This is look number 2 finished. I really like the blue. I think it goes with my top. It's not like too crazy, but it's fun and it's New Year's. So I wanted to do glitter. I wanted to do a pop of blue because a lot of times people just do silver all the time. And we can be a little different. I thought this would be really, really fun. Okay, now let's get ready for look number 3. Yes, I'm a little crazy. I'm gonna add a third look to this video. Okie dokie, we hit the reset button once again for our third and final look. I actually did end up picking up these babies over here. I know they're like super big right now. They're like hyped. I didn't get every single one because they are an investment, but I did end up getting 3 of them. And at this point, I just don't know which ones I want to play with. I think I'm going to go with this middle one right here. This is Private Jet along with Shimmering Sunset. And from what I see, you're going to need like a blending brush. And I have no idea what we're going to create, but we're going to create something. We're going to create something with this. And apparently you add a few dots. So I'm creating like a New Year's look here, and never used the product before, so yay me. Blend that out. I'm gonna build that up. I think I want to darken the eye a little bit. I'm gonna use Silk Bomber from this purpley toned duo, and I'm gonna blend that out on the outer crease area. These are really easy to blend and work with. This is like awesome. I'm then gonna dive into the original duo, and I'm gonna use the Shimmering Sunset. We're gonna apply this all over our lids. I'm gonna use the original brush just to blend out those edges so they're not really harsh, and I think I wanna add some extra glitter to the lid. I'm going back into my Huda Beauty Nude Palette, and I'm going to use Excite. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm going to pat this onto the lid so it kind of looks like little rhinestones. That way when the light hits it, it'll just like pick up the light really nicely. I'm gonna grab that Private Jet, and I do want to kind of blend some out on the bottom portion of my eyes, and these actually don't dry too fast, so it does give you time to blend them out, which is awesome. Once again, I'm gonna line my eyes with a black liner, and then I'm gonna apply my mascara. You know what else I want to do? I want to darken just like my lash line a little bit without having to use a black liner. I feel like a black liner would be a little too harsh for this look. So I'm gonna use this Love Bite shade right here, and we're going to line the top lash line super quickly just to kind of like make it look like I have a wing when I don't. To finish off this look, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. This one is in leather. I call my husband and I'm like, hey leather. He just thinks I'm weird. I'm going to apply this all over my lips. Clearly this is like a pinky nude kind of look. And this is completed look number 3. Those are the 3 New Year's Eve party looks I created. I came up with 3 because I wanted to make sure that I had a look that can fit kind of every personality. So I did the nude and gentle, then I did like the deep blue with the smoky, kind of seductive type of look. And then I came up with this 3rd look, which is very pinky, I know, but it has a lot of glitter and a lot of shine to it, which attracts everyone to the eyes. If you guys decide to recreate one of these looks, make sure you tag me on IG. That would be really awesome. I'd love to see them. Alright guys, that is a wrap for this video. As per usual, my social media platforms are right here. Make sure you go follow me there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.